Hey guys, Moose here. Welcome back to another episode of Life is Feudal Forest Village. I should be sleeping right now. I'm... I wouldn't say I'm sick. But I wouldn't say I'm well either. And it's late. But what are you gonna do? Do I like my setup here? Yeah, I think this is pretty much as good as it's gonna be right now. Should probably do some logging. So let's get that underway. Designate a bunch of trees to be cut down. Anyway, there's a fair number of things to talk about here. Not necessarily Life is Feudal related, because honestly nothing's really going on. They haven't made any updates in a while. I assume they're not going to. I think they pretty much view this as a finished product, which is fine. I kind of respect that. I have a lot of complaints about it, but I think given what... If you compare it to other titles for this price, I'd say it's probably a pretty bad deal. I think as of this recording, Enter the Gungeon, which we're going to talk about in a minute, is $7.49. I think Life is Feudal is still $25. But I could be mistaken about that. But Enter the Gungeon is a far superior game in virtually every respect. So if you just compare it one-to-one against other games on Steam, it would be pretty much, this is terrible. But that's not necessarily the right way to look at it if you consider it more within the context of, okay, well, what about specifically if we're talking about games of this variety? If we're talking about town builders like this, it's basically down to this and Banished as far as quality products go, if you can even call either one of those two quality. Banished has its own issues, even if I love the game. And this is basically Banished 2.0. If Banished was ripped off by another developer, because that's basically what happened. Which I'm not even saying is a negative thing. Banished isn't being developed, and there's no Banished 2 on the books, or that's expected to be released as far as I'm aware, so... someone else is going to step in and make a better version of the game, then so be it. I don't think that's a bad thing to do. I don't think that's wrong to do. Hell, I'd do it if I had the skill. So, I don't blame them, it's not a bad thing, but... But yeah, the more I think about it, if you look at it in that light, if you look at it as like, there's only so many town builders, then yeah, this is it, basically. Like, at that point, maybe $25 isn't that bad, I don't know. It really depends how you look at it, I suppose. I can't really honestly assess it myself because I'm playing it because it's a YouTube series. I'm not playing it because I want to play it. It doesn't mean I don't want to play it, but, you know, if it was really competing against every other game that I own, would I be playing it right now? Probably not. Would I still be playing it? Almost certainly not. So, I don't know, but I don't know what it would have been because that situation never existed for me, therefore my perspective on the game is tainted from the get-go. It's a little bit hard to quantify at that point, so I don't really know. But yeah, I guess bottom line, I suppose it's fair to look at this game as a finished product if they wanted to. I think they could have done way better. I think there are a lot of things about this that could have been better, but that's not really what the point of this game was, I don't think. I think the point of this game was to be a middling entry into a niche genre where this game really should dominate, because it's everything in this genre has massive flaws with it. This is genuinely, for all the issues this game has, I think it might be the best there is for this genre. I really do. But it's flawed, obviously. And speaking of flawed games, I kind of got back into a few games. Different things I used to play and don't really play anymore, PUBG among them. PUBG's changed a lot, but it's funny because I went back and played it a bit, and man, it's still terrible. It's still really bad. Like, you can't even, the loot boxes they have, you can't even open them reliably. Like, holy shit. Are you kidding me? You can't make loot boxes, your secondary source of income, function properly within the game? Are you kidding me? Like, yeah, I get the item, but what happens is it'll hang. It'll be like you click the open button and it doesn't open. It says like, oh, it's some issue, it's delayed, and then like 2 minutes later it pops up. It's like, oh, hey, you got a shirt that's worth 2 cents on the market. So it's pretty garbage. The game itself is pretty much no different than it was before. There's a lot of new guns and stuff, but I don't think that's particularly beneficial. It's pretty much the same game, and it's pretty pathetic that they can't make loot boxes work quite right. So I stopped playing that again pretty quickly. I put like an hour or 2 into it, and I was like, yep, this same game that I stopped playing. What I did start playing, actually playing, though not as much as I might like, because, to be honest, I haven't really had... There's so many other things I'd rather put my time into right now, just because I'm so... Like, I've got work I want to do, I need to work on my home, I need to rearrange things, I need to get certain furniture, I need to clean stuff, I have a lot of things I want to do around the house. And cook, for what it's worth. I want to read, I want to write. Point is, I got stuff to do. But I started playing Enter the Gungeon, and I've been playing that a fair bit in my off time. What little of that there is. And it's been really fun. It's a really good game. I'm just terrible at it. So, like, I can't even reliably get to the 3rd floor. Never beaten the 3rd floor. But, like, it's weird. And this is why... So I really don't play these kinds of games much. Bullet Hell especially I don't touch, like, ever. And roguelikes in general I don't really mess with. Because I'm terrible at them. Almost across the board. I'm just not good at games like that, so I don't play them. But now I'm playing Enter the Gungeon, I'm trying to get good at it because it's an excellent game. And I respect it and want to play it. I want to be good at it. So I've been playing it, and I'm starting to get the feeling where... And I think this is the flow of learning a roguelike. Or learning a bullet hell game. If you're new anyway. Maybe if you're used to bullet hell, it's a different situation. But for me, it looks like the cycle is you start out, and it feels horrendously unfair. It's impossible. How could you ever dodge those bullets? It's ridiculous. It's overlapping patterns that leave no space. Etc., etc., etc. It feels completely unfair. Then... you start getting used to it, and then it feels like, well, yeah, this is hard. But I see where I'm making the mistake, and I recognize, oh, it's my fault. And that's where I'm at right now. Where I'm like, I'll fight the Beholster, which is, I think, a 2nd floor boss. And I'm just like, yeah, I shouldn't have gotten hit there, that was on me. That was 100% my own bad. I screwed up. I should have been, like, there's a lot of... I'm getting a lot of boss fights now where I don't perfect it, but I feel like I should have perfected it, because it's not perfected. It's getting... I feel like I should have gotten a perfect on the boss, and I didn't. Or, no, sorry, well, yeah, well, but when I say that, what I mean is that I should have had the skill to get a perfect, not that I deserved a perfect and didn't get it. It's a feeling of like, wow, if I had only nailed that one dodge that, like, I saw it, I just screwed up for whatever reason, then I would have done fine. I'm in that boat now. And then, of course, right after that is Mastery, where you got it, and you just, you know, you progressively get better and better at not making those mistakes. And I want to get to that point because I see it, and I've seen the whole game. I know, I watch a guy who's really good at it, one of the best players on Twitch anyway, and I've seen the whole game. I've seen everything there is to see in Enter the Gungeon. Pretty much. So, I know the game. Like, I understand... Oh, it's gonna be bad. Damn it. I could do steps going up, but do I even want to do that? I don't know, man. I should have gone higher. Well. Oh, did I delete the wrong one? I think I did. Well. But yeah, like, I want to get good at it. It's a really fun, and well, I don't even, like I say fun. I think I'm having fun. I don't know if I'm having fun. Like, I'm not winning, so that part's not fun, but I think I'm enjoying it. I think I'm enjoying the process of kind of like learning how to do it, and it feels good every time like I go through a room and I just, even just a room, and I don't get hit. It feels good. I succeeded. Because it's a very binary success-fail metric, right? Like, if you take damage, then you failed. You should never take damage on a room. In a perfect world. There's some rooms you're going to take damage, and sometimes you're just going to make a mistake and take damage. But fundamentally, the idea is that you never get hit. That's the ideal. So every time I go through a room and don't get hit, I'm always like, oh, nice. Even if it's not like a boss, I'm just happy with myself. It feels good to succeed. So that's what I'm enjoying right now. And then the other bit, more stuff to talk about. I hit 1,000 subs on YouTube. In days gone by, probably would have made a video about that. Maybe I still will, I don't know. Probably not. I'm incredibly jaded about the whole YouTube experience at the moment, so my feeling is mostly just like, oh yeah, of course I hit 1,000 subs right after I stopped making most of my content. Which is just kind of like, okay, well, screw you too, YouTube. Just kind of frustrated with the general way things go these days. It's whatever, you know. I'm not, like... It sounds like I'm mad that I hit 1,000 subs. I'm not mad. It's just sort of like... In my head, I was like thinking, oh, well, they took subs away. I should back off with this guy. I'm not gonna hit that bear. In my head, I was thinking, oh, they took away my monetization. If I just get back to 1,000 subs, everything will be great. But it's not, though. Because even the application is still pending. It's automatic. They gotta look at it or whatever, and I'm sure they'll take their sweet bloody time approving it. But even if they do, then what? What changes? Like, yeah, okay, I get monetization back, but I get demonetization back too. And I'm sure they haven't gotten any better at that in the last 6 months. I'm sure they're just as bad about arbitrarily demonetizing things the first day they go live, which is when all the views generally are gotten. So what difference does it make at that point? Are they really is it really going to make any kind of a difference? So it's very, like... Even if now suddenly I get to have monetization again, which I don't yet, but if they approve the thing, then I will. Even if I did, then what? It's not really actually any better. I mean, yeah, okay, well, no, sorry. It is slightly better, because I do get paid a tiny amount. But all the things that make YouTube as it is right now kind of a terrible proposition for me are still there. Like, nothing's really fundamentally changing. So... I don't know. It feels like, now that I'm there, it just feels empty, I guess. I guess it's an accomplishment I can say, like, hey, I got my channel to 1,000 subs on YouTube. Something I can be proud of or point to while I'm on Twitch or whatever and say, hey, look, you know, I did the grind for like 2.5 years and got there. But I don't know, man. It just feels hollow right now. With everything else going on with YouTube and just their general attitude and the way they treat people, I just don't feel like it's that big of a deal, I guess. Alright, we finished our patio here. So what I'm gonna do, or what I want to do, is see if I can plop down another one. I had it right the first time there. Nope, just not quite. That is extremely regrettable. That actually really sucks. But I guess I could go side to side then. I suppose I have to. I could do some terraforming shenanigans to try to make it work, but I don't feel like that's really a workable option here. Not a meaningful one at the very least. Yeah, even this, like, that's gonna be tight. We'll figure it out. You know what I've been getting an itch to play lately? And I had this like a month ago, but work got really crazy and it kind of killed any desire I had to play it. I want to go back to Minecraft, but like I want to do it multiplayer, and Karen is really busy right now because she has this whole art thing going on, and she's working her ass off, and I can't say, oh, here, come spend all this time playing Minecraft with me. And my other friend that I played it with before, Eric, has got his own stuff going on he's got to worry about, so he doesn't really have time. I had real-life friends that played it with me, but they've all got their own shit going on now, too, so they're not really doing anything, or they don't really have time. Everyone works. I guess I'm at that age where I guess maybe I'm supposed to have a kid who will play with me. Like, is that what this is supposed to be at this point? Like, I'm supposed to have reproduced so that I have a child who will play Minecraft with me? I don't know, man. I gotta figure something out there. I gotta start making friends. That's really what, like, probably I could have been a lot further along on Twitch and YouTube if I really wanted to be, if I'd just gone and, like, made friends with some people. But it's always easier said than done, and I'm a pretty antisocial guy, so it's not as simple as just saying, oh, just go be friendly. Doesn't really work for me. I'm not good at making friends, and honestly, I don't even know that I really want to. It's not really, it's kind of going contrary to who I am as a person. Which is somewhat misanthropic, whatever, however that word is pronounced. I generally don't really like people, is the problem. So I gotta figure that out. But I should probably do it anyway and just try to make friends with people, get out there a bit. But, you know, it's just, I don't know. Where's the time? Maybe I'll just bank on Karen getting filthy rich with her art, and then I can just be a housewife. Make YouTube videos, stream on Twitch, clean the house, cook. I'd be good at that. I'd probably try to curtail YouTube and Twitch a little bit, even just to learn to program, but get better at programming and maybe make some games of my own. That'd probably be a more productive use of my time, and honestly, probably more fulfilling. So I'd love to have my own company making games. Did I take everyone off? I didn't. I'm stupid. Why didn't I take everyone off? Guess I forgot. 6 people pursuing stone, that's what I want. Builders can stay where they are. Hunters obviously goes up to full, and I think we're good for the winter. 10k food, I think we're in a really good spot here. The farms are hideous, but you know what? They're getting the job done, so who cares? That's what matters, right? But yeah, man, there's lots of things I miss about youth, I guess. Like, I miss my body being okay, but that's my fault. I need to go work out. It's not just that I'm older. It is that I'm older, but it's also that I don't take care of myself. I miss not a lot else. The only other thing I miss is, like, having friends that have free time. I don't have friends that have free time. None of my friends have free time. They don't have any. So, what do I do? Like, I don't really... I guess I really do have to, like... I wonder if that's, like, a choice. Do you get into YouTube or Twitch just because you don't have friends to play games with, and you're like, shit, this is the only way I can find people? Because I don't really, like, I never like the idea of getting involved with, like, a guild or, like, a whatever group, that kind of thing in an online game. It's not really my style, which is hilarious because that's how I met Karen, but I don't really like groups like that. because I don't have control. I guess, yeah, I don't have control. I prefer sort of like the streamer relationships where it's sort of like you choose who you interact with for the most part. You can kind of say, well, I'll play with you and join in on your stream and give you someone to, be a co-pilot or whatever, but I'm not gonna, I'll pass on the another one because someone's there I don't like or whatever. Like, I don't have to worry about, well, this person's part of the group, so I have to humor them even though they irritate me or whatever. Which is always an issue with guilds and stuff and MMOs or whatever. There's always people that you have to humor, and they're usually pretty trash people. So anything that gives me the option to not have to worry about that is ideal in my book, but that is going to do it for today's episode, so thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you'll join us in the next one as well. If you did enjoy it, there's always twitch.tv/electronicmoose. I stream Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, but I'm trying to stream more often than that, so there might be more, for which case I have Twitter. You can follow me there to get a notification when I'm going to go live. Or you can follow me on Twitch, where you also, I think, can get a notification, but I think you have to opt in. I don't really know how that works, honestly. I don't get notifications from most people, and I just followed them, so you probably have to opt in. Anyway, twitch.tv/electronicmoose, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, 6 to 8 p.m. PST, 9 to 11 p.m. EST. Feel free to drop by and check out a stream if you'd like. If not, thanks for watching here on YouTube, and I'll see you next time. Take care.